Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. No days off. July 4th. We don't phone it in. We're here. Quicker stream, but we're here till 11. God bless you all. Let's go. Here we are. Happy 4th of July to everybody out there. God bless each and every one of you. America, baby. The free, the strong. I mean, there's a lot of other things going on, but God bless everybody out there. Let's be happy. Let's be grateful. It could be way worse. You know, a lot of countries have no rights. They have no arms, right? They can't even keep a firearm in their house. We could do that here in America, so praise what we do have in some states, right? Yeah, you can use it. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. But we fought for those rights, to have those rights, right, that other countries don't have, and we kept them no matter how many times they tried to rip them away. So that's really what America's about. It's about staying strong for what you believe in, not letting big business, big powers, big entities take away, our God-given rights. Really, that's what it's all about. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you all for being here. Let's get that music back up and running on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Friday. It's Friday, right? Is it Friday? I think it is, too. It's Friday, July 4th, too. What a day to have July 4th on a Friday. Beautiful day to be alive. Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to my peoples. Bitcoin taking a nasty dump like it does every time there's an American holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I feel like they dump the price of Bitcoin. It was in a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We said it was likely going to dump this morning. I gave you a video update right before the dump began. And I said, it's obviously, to me, like that's a shoulder, that's a head, that's a right shoulder. There's your neckline. And I said it's pretty obvious this is going to take a move to the downside all the way to about 106,892. So Bitcoin, very likely to make a move down 106,892. And that's exactly kind of first stop I had here is 107,590. We bounced right off of that. 583 right there, as you can see. Why did I put that area? You can see there was a lot of resistance, chop, resistance, high volume node sticking out right there. Told me we were likely going to get a move to that area. Now we lose this, we're going to drop further down to 106,900. James Wynn just got liquidated. He was liquidated at like 108,200. He said if he did, he was out. He's gone again. Swiped out. All he had to do was see that this was a head and shoulder, likely to dump to the downside. Shout out to the people shorting in the trading group. I see massive gains in the group. One guy made $4,000 shorting Chainlink. So look at this guy right here in the trading group. Made $4,000 with that move from Chainlink. It only went down like 13 cents, which is pretty crazy because if it went the other way. But look, his liquidation price was pretty far away at $17.55. He wasn't playing too bad. Big position, $382,000 position. Nice work, my friend. Nice work. Invicta, my man, blasting it to the upside. I never like shouting people out because so many people sabotage me. They try to use my popularity to become popular and then sabotage. So I have to be wary of whoever I promote because you never know who's trying to like circumvent. So many people watch me and like, oh, look at him. I'm going to purge, But God bless you, brother. I appreciate you. And I hope you are a loyal lifer. Not like these grimy people. Shout out to all the people here on the live. Thank you for being here. So watch for this to make a bear flag and continue further to the downside. Just like we're in a bull flag. Flip it upside down. Wait for the 15 to come back to the 21-day moving average. When that happens, we're likely going to continue the dump. So we got the measured move, we got the target, and we have a continuation flag that could possibly send us further to the downside here for Bitcoin. Unless you get a V-shaped recovery, this turns into an inverted head and shoulder, which could happen. I'm open-minded to that on a beautiful, but you don't have a lot of people in the market today to buy the price back up. So whoever, and a bunch of whales sent billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, 3 Bitcoin addresses moving massive amounts of Bitcoin this morning. If you weren't privy to that information, I'm giving it to you now. And that tells me what's happening. What are they doing? And so this looks like it may be a flush here, a holiday flush, and there's no one to buy the price up. Nobody cares. Everybody's at the beach with their family. No one's going to run to the hedge fund. No one's going to put in a call. TradFi ain't there. So see how this works? You need traditional markets to produce the income, the input. Like you need the money to fly into the market, right? If it's just on chain, they're in control. Think about it. They can send the money on chain and then dump. To stop this, we need money to go back into the market. We don't have any money going back into the market right now. We're unable to stop that flow. You see what I'm saying? So that's another reason why you'll have liquidity on one side of the board, because you don't have, we need the banking system is closed today. Nobody can transfer a massive amount or be in the middle of a massive transfer waiting for that buy. There could be transfers that were about to happen today that could have produced buys, but they can't because the bank is closed. So you have to think that affects the market drastically, especially if there's someone with a bunch of liquidity ready to dump. And so that's why a lot of times I do see manipulation on American holidays, bank holidays, because you have an offset in liquidity, right? It's not seesawed like it usually is. You have one way, and that's it. Still a great price for Bitcoin, and I would be buying the fear any chance I get Bitcoin below, let's just say 110 now, right? Anywhere between 980 and 110,000 is a steal. You got to start zooming out and looking at the bigger picture for Bitcoin. Obviously, altcoins probably got slaughtered. Let's take a look at the bubbles and see what's happening. Yeah, red day for altcoins. Not a day to be jumping into the alts. And I've been weary about that too. The 3-day, the bigger charts look okay, but the smaller time frames I'm being weary of. Nothing looks amazing. I wouldn't be jumping on into altcoins right now, right? If you want to trade, you could trade on weeks, Bitfinex, MEXC, or BTCC. Those are the 4 exchanges in which I'm using right now. They're pretty awesome. They each kind of serve a purpose. BTCC, you could trade the NASDAQ on, which has been awesome. We've done a good job trading the NASDAQ there. And then on top of that, you could trade Bitfinex, which has fast scalping abilities. I really like the Bitfinex interface too. It looks amazing. And I'm going to teach you something today about the charts. Say you were caught off guard. Say you got liquidated today. Well, let me teach you. I use the 1 minute 200 moving average. This morning, when we definitively lost, first when we started losing it here, you knew we were in a downtrend. See how we're kind of hanging below the 200? When you're consistently below a 200, that means you're in a downtrend. Then we got above it. It looked interesting here. There was a chance that we could have pumped last night. We got ourselves above the 200 moving average, started to flag out. I mean, that looked like we could make bacon on the beach there. Started to produce. And then what happened is we rolled over this morning, 8 in the morning there, and we lost the 200 moving average. Second, we lost that 200 moving average. Boom. We were gone. And I use the 1 minute 200 religiously. I use it to long. I use it to short. Whenever you lose it, you're likely going to dump. Whenever you gain it, you're likely going to pump. It's not 100%, but it's probably about 80 to 90. I mean, it's insane. So the second the 1 minute lost the 200 moving average, and you're in a massive long, you would have to start thinking of taking some risk off the table because there's a big chance it's going lower. So then you would watch the 3 minute. And if it loses the 3 minute, then you would watch the 5. And if it's already below the 5 and it loses the 1, there's a likelihood of a massive move down. Look at this move right back up. People are buying these prices. I wouldn't be surprised if we V-shaped recovery all the way back up today. Turn this into an inverted head and shoulder. Last 2 times I said that, we actually did it. That could turn into an inverted head and shoulder there on the 5 minute time frame. That's why I would flag out the 15. 15 minute has to come back to the 21 before it can continue to the downside. It's unlikely it's just going to continue to dump. Has to consolidate now. 90% of the time, you're going to consolidate after a move. Only like one, actually, I'd say 99. Only 1% of the time are you going to actually just not consolidate at all. That's just a very unlikely scenario, you see? So look for this. And again, we could bounce right back to the upside. How would we do that? The 1 minute would turn into some type of reversal pattern. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, somehow, some way. A bullish divergence. We have bullish divvy here. Swinging up now. You have some strong bullish divergence. My indicator calling it out too. I use RSI, the stochastics RSI. So go up here to indicators. Type in RSI. Type in stochastics RSI with divergences by neobutane. That's the key. Look, beautiful bounce to the upside. Never panic sell, right? Never panic sell. You never know what's going to happen in this market. So I don't capitulate. I matriculate. So I like it. We get back above. I'll look at the 30 second. Heck, the 5 second. First thing you have to do is get above the 5 second 200 moving average. Great. Now you get above the 30 second 200 moving average. Then the 1 minute, then the 3, then the 5, and then we can get back on this party to the upside here. Bitcoin, 107,930. Looked like that was the dump. My first target hit at 107,591. If you were in my trading group and you got an update at 9:30 this morning, usually I do it way earlier, but I was up super late and it's July 4th. No excuses though, I get it. And here, I suggested that the measured move would take it to 106.9. The first stop would be 107.572. We had exactly that level on a wick. And now they already boomed the price back up on anyone that jumped into a late short with this lack of liquidity. And now they're going to go and eat the shorts because they can. So be careful. Look for us to regain the 200 moving average in the smaller time frame. That will produce a bit of a move. All right, where my lifers at? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Someone please give us info about your thoughts about Trump's tariffs. The tariffs are going to be amazing. They're going to produce better income for America over time, in my humble opinion. Yeah. Well, people don't realize there was a bunch of behind the scenes we were already getting taken advantage of. The tariffs really just balanced things out. They didn't make it worse. They balanced things out the way they should have been in the first place. 108,094 Bitcoin getting that bounce. You got to love it. You got to love it. If you ran into that short late, you just got smashed city back to the upside here at 108,000 for Bitcoin. 777, no days off, baby. I'm hungry, so let's eat some shorts, 100%, and I hope whoever was short took profits. Taking profits is so key. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. No other streamer live on the 4th but the lifer. Shout out to Simran Murchandi. I love you, man. You're awesome, dude. Seriously, you're a really cool dude, man. I see big things coming for you, my friend. I think you could, you're on your way to billions, brother. Have a good day. I hope your family have a great 4th. Shout out to Ironworker Derek. My father, the Ironworker, salutes you, man. And God bless you and your local and everyone out there that risked your lives to build those buildings. Accountants are in those buildings. Lawyers are in those buildings. Hospitals, doctors. If an ironworker doesn't connect that steel, nobody's going to work. There's no city skyline. Nobody's going to say, oh, look how beautiful that is. Some are done with concrete, but still, there's guys up there thousands of feet in the air. To the iron workers, to all the people that fought in all the wars. Happy 4th to everyone that builds America, to the school teachers, to the, to the surgeons that come in late when they see blood everywhere, to the police officers, the firemen, the paramedics, the EMTs, all you beautiful people that work every single day out there and get crap from the public, take crap every day, right? Get disrespected, deal with traffic, man. Paramedics deal with traffic, run into burning buildings, save people's lives, see blood. Like, oh my God, EMTs, man. Shout out to the people that put their lives for everybody else. School teachers. My mom was a school teacher. My dad was an iron worker. Both union people that built this city, right? Iron workers are like farm workers, baby. I don't know what that means. I don't know if iron workers would like to hear that. They're a very tough bunch. You've been taught so much, yet my discipline was poor. Yet now I've taught me that there's no going back. It's okay if your discipline is poor. Just keep working on it. Just keep working on it. We are all a work in progress. Nobody is perfect. I suffer ups and downs every single day. Okay? I make mistakes every single day. I am not perfect. You are not perfect. None of us are perfect. All right? So there you go. Shout out to John Shanks in the house. Shout out to all the beautiful people. New lifer here. Mom and I are watching you this morning. Thank you for your positive energy. We appreciate you. Happy 4th. God bless Jake St. Peter and your mother. Me and my mom were so close. To hear you guys hanging out together is amazing. Shout out to all the HVAC and electricians. Put your life at risk just for people's... Yeah, you're funny. I'm a hey, that counts. Shout out to all the cannabis people out there. Shout out to anyone that does anything for anyone else, man, in some way, shape, or form, and your business runs. Yeah. Sell the news on Independent Day, I know, right? Shout out to the working class. Is this bounce sustainable? I would watch the 15-minute. See if we can get this into a bit of a flag. It will have to come back to the 21-day moving average. Remember, whenever you see a massive dump, always tell yourself quietly, without emotions, we have to come back to the 21. The bot decided to get into a long here, seeing this as a possible reversal. So the bot just entered along. I'll be nice enough to teach you that. If you want to jump into the bot, Sean, could you put the link to the bot? Or Jamie, whoever's out there. Everyone is fighting their own battles. Shout out to everybody, 100%. Shout out to everybody out there, man, no matter who you are, right? You guys are funny, man. Shout out to Dean. Shout out to Kyle Owen. Shout out to Marlene. Shout out to Stephen Watson. Yep. She does, right? Every day. Yeah. Thank you, Sam, for being consistent here every day, including holidays, man. Guys, you know why Musk and Trump... Yeah, I heard the news that Trump... All right. That's so crazy, man. I never had a social media account. I'm getting on X so I can see all the cool stuff. Dude, I'm posting so much awesome stuff. Check it out. And everyone, even on the holidays, the bot trades for you. Remember, you're going to take days off. You're going to hang out. Schedule a free call today. See all the cool interviews we did too, live when we were hanging out in Las Vegas. It'll blow your mind. These are fun, man. You'll connect, get to know me, see what happens there too. But schedule a free call. All right, go to MinotourTradingSystems.io to find out more. All right. Thanks for showing up day in and day out. God bless you, man. Hey, man, I got people. I got all the beautiful people. And Minotaur description is in, Minotaur bot is in the description below. All right. I'm a Sparky, and I'm changing my life with this game. Let's get it. Sam, when you opening a Damage Fromage Capital Company, Damage for, I know, right? That's coming. Fromage cheese, too. We got to come out with my cheese brand. We're going to come out with the cheese. Fromage cheese. Funny. Follow me on x.com. I'd greatly appreciate it. On our way to 40,000 followers. I'd really appreciate you jumping on in. Thank you so much. All right. Yankees at the Mets today, too. We got what we used to call a Subway Series, right? Because you could go, hey, I love that idea. The Subway Series, only in New York could you have a Subway Series. San Francisco, no, yeah, I don't think so. Any other country, I don't think you could have it. Any other state, actually, Let's take a look at coin market cap. Anything funky today? Mudang was doing damage yesterday, up 27%. Last time we looked at it, Starknet finally doing some damage, which is weird, or Strike. Let's take a look at the 1 hour here. Bonk, in the last 7 days, up 26%. Farcoin holding $1, been very strong. Maple's been strong too, with Syrup doing damage there. SEI was strong. Took a pullback in the last week, but overall was stronger compared to most coins. And then Hyperliquid as well, holding above 35, but nothing else to write home about. Nothing too crazy. Virtual slumping, staying at that 157. Ondo taking that beating and never really coming back at 77. SPX69 is new, and a new coin that I gave recently in the trading group, which is the new SPX69. I was looking at it at 660,000 market cap. It already did a 10x, but I put it out here, and it basically almost went up 100%. Went up about 80% from I put it out, and it's still holding gains of 39% from my entry, and it did not get stopped out. So when I'm back on memes, something's coming. I'm not sure if you guessed it or not, but I'm a plumber. Shout out to Crypto Plumber. How did you know about the Borson cheese, man? I got Borson cheese in the house right now. Yeah. Sparky in the oil field. God bless everybody here. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so this looks interesting to me. This coin could be the next SPX69. And nobody really knows what's happening here. This is a quiet, tiny market cap still at 7 million, right? So anyway, you do you, though. It could go to 0. I don't own any yet, so hey, I'm not ready to jump into the memes just yet, but I start speculating. Once 10 hit, I start jumping in. Can't beat cold cuts and cheese. Yum, wow. Pengu looking hot, somebody said. Let's take a look at Pengu. It did get some run up. And we got July 4th deals too on BookMap. See the deals on BookMap. Jump on in today. 4th of July sale, up to 50% off BookMap and global data, July 4th through the 11th. I would take advantage of that. Use my link to jump on into BookMap. Why not get it 50% off Global Plus and data? What is BookMap? It's amazing. It's showing me where the liquidity lies. Like today, you could see we went up, and then there was liquidity on either side, and we kind of gobbled what was that. Now there's still liquidity down 106,000, suggesting we may go lower to the downside today. And so look for this to kind of make a bit of a flag here on the 5, the 7, something like this. This will flag out. And then eventually we'll have a bear flag or some type of reversal pattern. The charts will tell you if you let the charts breathe and you don't use emotions. If you're always use emotions, you'll just buy, sell, and you'll never let the chart actually breathe. If you don't use emotions and you let the chart breathe, you'll be able to see things you didn't see before and you'll be able to actually, oh yeah, there's a probability that will bounce. That's not too bad. And you'll be okay. You'll get it. Life will make sense, But it's one step at a time. We can't force it. All right? It's one step at a time. Everybody wants to force wins and force the success. Success comes with a lot of losses, a lot of ups and downs. Most successful people go through a lot of losses before they get where they're at. You know what I'm saying? It's not think about how many times I lost in my life to get where I'm at today. absolute insane. I know most people would not have been able to handle the losses I took. I just know it. When I look back at what I won, I was like, oh, I only won because I was able to handle the losses. And I think that's successful people lose more than unsuccessful people. They just bounce back harder. They can handle the hit. They just know that they're not going to stop. Like, I know now nothing will stop me from keeping going. And I eventually hit my millions in trading, no matter how many losses I took, no how many times I was wrong, no how many times I made emotional decisions. I stayed true. I had conviction, right? And I kept doing it. And as long as you keep doing something every single day without fail, I'm telling you right now, the universe is going to see that. Like, there's no way that energy doesn't get reciprocated back in to the general use case of the universe. Like, you're part of the bigger world of the energy. The universe knows when your energy is off and on. It knows. So use your energy to help others. Use your energy to be amazing. Use your energy to be positive. Universe likes that. God likes that. Energy follows energy. Positive energy is very, 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 it's spiked energy. It has a lot. Like, whenever you're in a good mood, don't you like, oh my God, right? When you're in a bad mood, how do you feel? You feel down, you feel low, you feel powerless, you feel sluggish. When you're in a good mood, right, you feel like you can do anything. You're quick, you're ready to rock. So positive energy obviously has a better vibe to it than negative energy. That's obvious, right? A more fluid energy, a more moving energy. So if you want to be fluid, if you want to move, if you want to create, you got to be positive. Let's be honest, right? So now that we understand that positive energy is a better fluid, it's like if you had a car and you need the oil in that car, you need that positive energy to make that oil move, 100%. You see? That's the key. And so if you want to be lubricated in life, so to speak, as funny as that might sound, you might want to, make sure you stay positive every single step of the way. And when you hit negative roadblocks, when things happen, ask yourself why. When you get liquidated, when you're overextended, when you're in a trade that's down heavy, ask yourself, well, what was I thinking there? What was my thought process? Can you handle the situation you put yourself in? If you can't, you're going to cut trades off at heavy losses. You're going to go through your accounts. You're going to chew through all your money until there's nothing left. But if you have a plan, if you know what's crazy is every single trade has a stop loss. Like, you can put what you're willing to lose, right? And, I listened into Trading in the Zone, Mark Douglas, a man much smarter than me who had traded many more years than me. What did I do when I got into trading? After a few years, I said, well, who's better than me? Who has more knowledge? Mark Douglas had been doing it. He had 20 years on me, 30 years on me. He had been in the market for 20 years longer than I had. So I started reading his books. I started listening to Mark Douglas because he had been doing it longer than me. That's why you're here on this channel. I've been doing this longer than most people, so you're here to listen, to understand, to educate yourself, right? So Mark Douglas, what did he tell me that was so key about the markets? The one thing he told me was you can always control your stop loss. He says that's the one thing you can't control. He said you don't know if the market's going to go up or down, and you don't know if you're going to hit your take profit, but you know if it goes the wrong way, how much you can lose. And he goes, it boggles my mind that the one thing traders can control, they don't. You know what I'm saying? The one thing a trader can control is his stop loss, and they still don't control that. And he goes, it's crazy to me, because that's the one thing that you're in. And in trading, you need to have as much control over unlikely and unknown probabilities as you can have, right? So, again, how funny is that? So people will go into a trade with no stop loss, right? Where's the stop loss? There is no stop loss. He says that funny, but he knows what he's doing. He can joke around like that because he has proper risk management, which is almost not good to do because, I'm not good at, but you know what I mean? Because people think that's serious and then they won't go with a stop. So always use a stop. Unless you know the amount you're willing to lose, like, I'll put $4,000, I'm willing to lose the $4,000, fine. If that's your stop loss, fine. But that must be the way you thought about it. It can't be like, oh, I didn't realize. So this looks more bear flaggy to me. Small time frames are going to have to get it back above the 200 moving average. You're going to have to see some type of, this has to turn into some type of inverted head and shoulder here. Break us back to the upside. See the cup with the handle? And there's that, that retracement that we always go for. It's coming back down to the 618 Fibonacci pocket there. So anything could happen. It looks like we wouldn't have enough. If I had to, go by my trader instinct, I'd say there's not enough volume to pump us back up again. So we're likely just going to slowly bleed down, maybe for a double bottom. I don't know what's going to happen. I know nothing but the fact mode ignorance. I have no clue what Bitcoin's going to do. I just trade probabilities. You see, like when I see a flag, like, boom. Like that was a flag that looks nice to me. I'd get stopped out there all day long. I didn't, but I could. I was 7 in the morning this morning. I wasn't going to trade July 4th. It's just not going to be giving you guys trades on July 4th. It's just, very. And I'm going to be, my sisters are here. I'm with my family for the rest of the day. I'll probably check in once, but I'm not going to be in the charts all day. I'm going to be honest with everybody. Not at all. Not, I'm going to be with my family all day, being a dad with my kids, making memories. You don't work hard, become a multimillionaire to have no memories with your kids and sit in front of a screen all day. I do work hard, but part of working hard is creating memories with your kids. Part of working hard is making sure you're there for your family. Yeah, 100%, right? I mean, that goes without saying, but exactly. When you read Lifers Testimonies, you know you're in the right place. Thank you so much. Love learning. Grill and chill, 100%. Sammy grilling steaks today. Yeah, it's easy to say this, but in reality, people are too greedy, and I'm afraid that after stop loss hit, they will lose occasion to buy more massive bump, and that's often true for altcoins. I think I know what you're saying there, but it's not perfectly written yet. This confirms that long it is. You're funny, right? Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time, not never falling, but rising every time we fall. 100%. Can we look at SERV, please? Low market cap, big moves. All right, let's take a look at SERV. And Bitcoin back at 108,000, showing signs of life here that it could really get a bit of a bounce. Hey, it gets back above the 1 minute 200 moving average. Your shorts are going to get flattened, and you're going to look at me like, but I was up big on my 500x leverage trade. It changed so in seconds I was down. Well, that's what happens. SERV just bounced nicely off 2 cents and all the way went up to 5. Wow, this thing bounced quickly since June 25th. I'm not in love with the chart at all, and it's got very low volume. I don't know. It might be something for you. It ain't something for me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to move on. But hey, it's above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. And now it is above here. So, flag it out. Let it flag out here. And if it can flag out above the 4 hour, and Bitcoin plays ball, which is a lot, right? Fine, you could get a move there. The measured move to 8 cents. I'll put an alert on it. And it'll tell me when I got to pay attention again. So you don't got to stare at the screen all day long. Using alerts is the key to trading. If you're not using alerts, you're messing up big time. All right. You can always get more money, but memories last forever, 100%. Exactly. Cook those 500x bears. You can always, yeah, exactly. I'm never greedy. I tend to be more bearish after losing my the last bull run. I know, right? Hopefully, inverse head and shoulders forming now. Love you, brother. Have a great holiday with the Lifer family. I will. God bless you. God bless you. And honestly, let's all sit here and have so much to celebrate. We're above $100,000. We bought Bitcoin, the spot Bitcoin. If you didn't leverage trade, you bought spot Bitcoin with me at 84,000, 75,000, 77, 81, heck, 94. We bought a bunch at 104. So Bitcoin we're up huge on those buys. Remember the $19,000 Bitcoin? I'm up 100K on that. You guys saw me make 100K in about off one buy. You guys saw me make 100K off just one buy alone. Who knows? You know what I mean? A mistake is always a mistake. That's why they call that a mistake. That's where the word came from. The guy missed a steak and he told his wife, never do that again. That was a mistake. Scare a city. That's how you make scarcity. You scare a city. Tell them there's no steaks coming. And they all get scared. You know what I mean? I'm never greedy. I tend to be more bearish away after losing. Oh, yeah. That's what he's saying. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thanks, Cal. Wouldn't happen without y'all. Amen. Shout out to Low Key Loki. I like that. Low Key. That's funny, man. How come you almost spit out your coffee? What did I say? I never know what I did. People are always laughing. I'm like, how did I make you laugh? 107,008. Bitcoin struggling to get back above 108K. It just had like a nice move back above there and got slapped like in seconds. It's weird. In under a minute. Looks like it's starting to roll over on the 1 minute time frame. See, look at that. That's like a shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's looking sketchy. More downside. I tell you, my target is lower. My target says we go all the way to 106,300. That's where this bear flag would take us, and that's where the target of that bigger head and shoulder takes us to, about 106.8 too. So it attempted to bounce. Now they're kind of seeing what's going to happen here. The struggle continues here. Bit of a bear flag. Now I see a head, and that's an M pattern right there. M's break to the downside 68% of the time. So that looks like, ooh. I can't tell you what they're going to do. It's too low volume and too unpredictable today. So you're going to, it's even harder for me to my probabilities and strategies are going to be a little skewed because we're going to have less volume, less people in the market. So I already know that it could go any way, super manipulative. Just, I would not be trading today. It's not smart. Especially if you made gains with me on Sunday. We made gains on Sunday. Everything was going our way at the beginning of this week. So don't get chopped up. All right. You saw me. I traded small amounts and my small scalps got chopped up. $100 here, $100 there. So why, you know? Yeah, we need more dumps, really. Yeah. ETH is holding strong comparatively. It's not bad. I short bottom, hold my spot. We'll cover it. Yeah. So glad the mixer is back. I know, right? We got the mixer, baby. Well, I got two. You know what's crazy is a lifer years ago he said, I got another mixer. You want one? I'll send it to you. I was like, all right. She sent it to me. I had it in a box for years, man. And it's the old mixer. It's not the new Rodecaster. It's the old Rodecaster Pro, but that's all I need. I don't need the newest stuff all the time. I just need something that works. And so I thought about it. I was like, oh my God, I'll ship that mixer over to my other house and it'll be sitting there waiting for me. And lo and behold, it was, you know, so. Are peeps desperate to trade today? I don't think they should. No one should be desperate to trade today, you know. Happy 4th, everybody. Happy July 4th. Hope you're doing well on this beautiful day. Catalina wine makes you right. Started my 13th month of trading. The journey has been surreal. God bless Rick Ritchie. Hey, man, it changed my life forever. I'll never be the same. I'm known around the world now because of trading. Like, that's crazy, right? I thought I'd just be a regular dude. I had no idea I'd go to Dubai and people would shake my hand. I go to Las Vegas, people would say, hey, I know that guy. I was in like Tennessee, and some dude, I'm walking down the street. He's like, I watch your channel. You a nice guy. I'm like, you a nice guy too, man. Thank you, brother. I met so many cool people in the space that have reached out, been awesome. My real estate agent, Mindy, my buddy Mario, his wife, like, so many cool people, man, have changed my life. My man Ray, who helped me move. So many awesome people in my life, man. Bitcoin doing great. Funny, some guy washed my windows like a year ago, and he was like, I washed your windows. He's like, then I was on YouTube and I saw you. I realized I'd washed your windows for you already. He's like, oh my God. Can you help me? And it's so funny. Everyone wants that. Can I come over and I just need to sit with you for like a couple days? I get emails all the time. People want to come to my house and stay with me. Would your wife be cool? I just want to learn from you personally. My wife's always like, I don't want people from the internet showing up at the house. You know what I mean? But I get a lot of people that hit me up and they say, I'll pay you $2,000 just to spend like a week, or can I come to your house and pay you like $500 a day for 3 days? They're like, I just need to be around you. I know if I sit with you, like I want to, you know, I get this all the time. And my wife's always like, and honestly, if I had it my way, I'd have like a separate house somewhere and I'd let, you know, I want to eventually do cool stuff like this, but I always have to always be careful that somebody could be plotting my demise. I don't know, you know what I mean? I got to be open that it's all good, but, right? M2 money supply increasing. Now we felt it affect crypto positively. Rate cuts are imminent. We have no reasons to panic. 106 might hold strong and bounce if we go lower. I'm not stressed really at all for BTC. Not at all. That's a higher low right there. Still what? You know, we're starting to slowly make our moves back up. See if we can break back above this channel, back to the upside here for Bitcoin. I don't blame. Go check out the Toshi, one of the few today in the green. He says, you need an office space. Yeah, but I'm starting to work with Bitcoin Ben. And his place is literally like 15 minutes, not that far from my house. I think even less. I'd say 10 minutes. Look for Bitcoin to get this spike. Looks like it's going to pump. That's what the heater is for. Remote learning. Everyone, I have a real quick question. I know I shouldn't do this, but I got a quick question. In my downstairs basement, I have what's called an injection heater. It's an electric box on the wall. It's about 3 feet by 2 feet. All right? It goes in, it feeds a giant 80-gallon hot water heater. Okay? A big blue one. The pipes have an in and out right here. These pipes are super hot. It has an out at the top. This pipe, twice now, has stopped giving hot water. But within a few hours, it's come back. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's going on. They're trying to charge me $6,700 to replace this. All right? I think it's something to do with airflow. The guy has hot water going outside the house just like you would have, you know. If anyone's HVAC or knows anything or could help me, help diagnose this issue without me spending $6,700, let me know. And I know it's off topic, but I'm in, you know. Can you check the stock MP reversal or rip? Let's take a look at MP. MP Materials Corp. I mean, see how it got above the daily 200 moving average? Crypto Plumber, check your pressure regulator. I don't know where that is. I have no idea what that means. Yeah. Appreciate that, though. No one wants to repair these days. They just want to replace. Yeah. Yeah, because to fix, you got to sit there and troubleshoot for hours, and then you can only charge, you know, and you don't get the write-up on the item. I know. Plumber and HVAC, but I kind of close if you're still in Florida. No, I'm in Massachusetts. Someone trying to short your wall. I don't know. Go long here. Stop loss below the 200 here on the 4 hour. You have HGAC Vise in the 99. Ask there. I will. I've listened to Grok and ChatGPT. No, this happened like 2 weeks ago, but then it got taken care of. It went back to normal again. Yeah. I just need some help from people that know more than me. I'm reaching out. This MP looks like it could bounce, man. Off the 21-day moving average getting low, and you're kind of near support. I'd look for that to bounce and then consolidate. Looks like it'd take some time, though, and then boom out. 57 somewhere by, I don't know, the end of September. If I had the info, I could help you fix it. You have a boiler regulator issue. Exactly. The boiler's not regulating or so. I think it's airflow, though. This is weird. It's a regulator valve. That's what it is. It is a regulator valve. Just a new hot water heater is cheap. I need an 80-gallon one, though. That costs like $4,500, and then they're going to charge me $1,000 for labor. Yeah. $600 sounds like vineyard tax again. Oh, vineyard tax is crazy. $600 to put in a sink, man. Like, they're crazy. Does it have an expansion tank on top that's not producing hot water? I have an expansion tank, exactly. I have an injection heat. I have an electric injection heater, right? Or it might be propane or gas. Yeah. It's on demand, yeah. It's on demand hot water, exactly. I got on demand hot water. It's awesome. Right? Thanks, Sam. That's fairly close to the price point I was looking at for profits. I know, right? It could be the dip tube too. It's the dip tube or the yeah. It's the dip tube or the. So I figure this. I sit there for hours figuring this stuff out until I get it. Yeah, it's the regulator. It's the dip tube or the regulator. It goes to a holding tank, exactly. Look, I got a box here on the wall, electric. It heats it through a coil inside, right? An ionizer, right? It goes through into the hot water tank. It also then runs to the heat, right?
I'll take you anywhere.
If you send me 600, I fly from Brazil and give you 6,000 back. You guys are awesome, man. Someone said, if I have a call and you lose a key area that I've taught you to watch, the call's over, right? Like you've been given the information. So like say I tell you we go over Bitcoin and we think it's going to go to some big area. Look, 172 for Cardano. That still looks like that still looks good to me. That's a falling wedge looking like it's about to break out over time. I see Cardano going to 173 not too long from now. Looks like one of those boiler regulators isn't regulating the boiling to a regulating boiling regularly with regularity. Sounds like a pump problem. Where's Crypto Plumber when you need him? I'm the plumber they hired to build the deck. I don't know what that means. Please don't replace the whole boiler. They want to steal money from you if they offer you replacement. I had an expansion tank on the top of the hot water heater that will not send hot water through the rest of the house. 83. Yeah. Sounds like a pump and dump. You guys are crazy, man. You're messing with me now, Jamie. How do we fix this issue? Funny, people actually like this. This is actually, we got more retention here talking about. I know, we got Crypto Plumber. I need pictures. All right. I'm about to go get my phone and take pictures. Plumber, can you email me at cryptolifers@gmail.com? Email me at cryptolifers just so I have your exact email. And I'm going to email you back all the information. The heater is a vitamins. Weissman. Something like this, a Vitamins Weissman, Vitamins 200. All right. It's this white thing. I got this right here. I got this white box on the wall. This Weissman. I got the Vitamins 200. I got this exact thing on the wall. And it's feeding into a tank. It's feeding into a giant 80-gallon blue tank. The tank is blue. It's like a big blue 80-gallon. It looks kind of like this. You know what I mean? It's got this, but it's not glossy like that. It's more like, yeah, it's got this, it's like that, you know? And the water's coming out the top. I think it's the dip tube. You know what I mean? Fly me out, just replace the coil. They're scamming you. Lifer, let's stick together. If you ever need a crypto barber, I'm your guy. The regulator is kicking out the box so it doesn't have a meltdown. It's pressure vessels. I'm taking your car to the dealership for repairs. Right? If the water pressure is too low, it won't click on. If the pipe pressure on the 1 inch, you need 3 propane inlet into it. It demands more propane. You mean more water. Yeah. The issue with your holding tank, it sounds like, if the water is still getting, the water is getting up to temp. There's two, see, running out of the vitamins right here is 2 pipes. So they're burning hot. And I know they're going into the hot water heater hot. The hot water heater just somehow isn't letting the hot water heater out twice. Now it's back on this morning. See, I used this is crazy, but I used a hose. But the guy put a hose and then he put a hot water outlet outside the house. All right. And what happened is, much love, Sam. Can you give a happy birthday shout out to my boy, Elian? He's turning 8 today. God bless you, brother. Happy birthday. Also, shout out to his siblings, Juan Carlo, Enzo, and his sister, Romy. My beautiful wife, for Pilar. We love them, man. Shout out to your whole family, man. You got 4 beautiful kids. Shout out to Giancarlo, Enzo, and Romy, and to the Elian, right? Elian, the beautiful 8-year-old boy, man. God bless you, brother, on your 8 years old, man. And God bless your whole family, Bellico, man. Yeah. Take the stream to the basement. Let's see this puppy. I mean, I've got it. Right? Actually, with Streamlabs, you can download the app and then keep it moving. Looks like Bitcoin might be getting a pump here on the 1 minute time frame. Like, I'm serious. I know you don't believe, but like the 1 minute looks like it's going to, let me show you what I'm seeing here. If I get rid of the diagram of my, but I just don't want to have to spend $7,000 if I don't need to out of complete ignorance. I have no idea. I'm doing my research. They almost got me. They said, you need to tell us by tomorrow. And I waited, and the next morning it came back on again, I'm not a miser. I'm an economizer. There's a reason why I run a company that does very, very well, because I watch my bottom line very closely, all right? And I spend money, don't get me wrong. Like I built a game room here in the basement. I bought a pool table. I bought air hockey. I bought all that stuff. You know what I mean? But that's for the kids and for memories, man, right? Euro closed now, 1 hour CME, yep. My father has a big tank for oil in his basement, but a way bigger for out, yeah. I'm going to send Crypto Plumber the information. I'm going to stick with Plumber, man. One person. This handyman should do the fix for 5,000 USD and deploy them all into Ethereum, so it becomes 20,000 next year, right? And anyone that lives near Massachusetts, Cape Cod, and that understands this information, I'll tutor you for free, So look, I mean, possible cup and handle here for Bitcoin. And that's how we reverse. We look for these every single day here on the 1 minute time frame. Look, you'll be back above the 30-second 200 moving average. That will be the first move, then the 1 minute. If you get rejected by the 30-second, you're likely not making it above the 1, and then it's going to continue to bump. Yeah. Thanks, bro. God bless you, Bellico X, man. Yeah, now I don't spend 65. There's other ways. I run a construction company and run into all kinds of issues and have never had to pay a trade that much for any problem. Keep the boy, replace the house. I know, right? Easy now. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the house. God bless you, brother. Crypto Billy, you know this stuff too, man. You know HVAC guys, right? They're trying to hit me for 7 racks, man. I'm trying to figure out a way around it. Using my Lifer network. You guys have saved me money before with moving. So many times you guys have helped me out. I believe it could happen again. I got faith my community is the strongest in the game. All I do is got to reach out to my community. My community will be there for me always in every way. Look at this Adam and Eve double bottom starting to form here for Bitcoin. Never panic sell. All right. I'll find you on LinkedIn. Shout out to Brandon Crittenden. God bless you, man. Just email me, cryptolifers@gmail.com. Tell us who you are, what you do. That's the best way. When I lost hot water, I just had to replace the lower heating element in the water heater. I'm not a repair guy, but it was actually pretty easy. Tried the dip tube first. Wasn't it? The lower heating element in the water. Yeah, I got an injection heater. It's different than what you have there. I'm telling you, man, I got some dope. I got the Siemens, man. The vitamins. The Siemens. The vitamins. Weissmans. The Vitamins 200. Look, vitamins keep coming up. Vitadin. It's Vitadin. The Vitadin 200. This thing is awesome. It's a boiler on the wall. Really smart. Digital smart. Looks so clean. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like inside. It's got an ionizer. I'll teach you guys. You want to learn? That's exactly what's going on there. The radio stainless steel heat exchanger, the burner blower, the gas hydraulic connections, right? Integrated high efficiency blower, the domestic hot water heater pump, CDH, domestic hot water, DHW, all right? I sold it all at 90% loss and watched it come back 70%. Guys, don't do it if I can hold on. Don't do it yeah. It's a tankless water heater. Exactly. If you don't know what pressure regulator is, then you should probably call a professional. Maybe get multiple quotes. No, the pressure, I believe it's the pressure regulator, because here's the deal. This is why I think it's something to do with the pressure regulator. And Bitcoin's slumping now. It now looks like it's going to roll over on us to the downside here. There was some hope there, but now look at that. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Nasty. turning down on us. Tough day to trade. I would not trade today for any reason, all right? Do not push yourself to trade. Yeah. They need regular flushing. They use these types of heaters in restaurants. It helps clean the greasy floors at the end of the night. Yeah. What have you do on the plate? No, see, the vitamins is working great. It's the heat. It's the hot water heater, man. Yeah. I figured it out. It's either the dip tube or the heat. It's something to do with the hot water heater. Heat exchange and pressure regulator. Yeah. This is so strange, is underneath he has hot water coming out. You have to, and I opened up the hot water to use it one day. And I really feel like it's the drainage. I feel like I shouldn't be opening it. I should only use it when that gets needed to be drained. And when I use it, it like drains. Something happens to the pressure in the tank. And pressure comes back when I don't touch that thing. So I feel like as long as I don't touch this outlet outside the house, I think it releases pressure. I think the pressure then has to build back up once that's closed. It's really weird. I feel like it has something to do with this when I turn this one on, and it changes the way the air pressure. I know I'm crazy and I probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but that's what my mind's on right now. Anyway, I'm over it all. You guys don't care. But God bless you all for sitting here and listening to me this whole time. Blessed people. So I'm going to jump out for the day. Watch this flag. If this flag continues to go sideways and you never make it back above the 200, you're going to slump. If you can get back above this 200 moving average, that's why we do not long until the 21 touches price above the 200. Even then it can slump, but it's got a way better probability of winning. So don't overtrade. I'm not a financial advisor. Do whatever you want, but I would not overtrade today. Low volume. Most people aren't going to be paying attention. If anything, I see a slow bleed because it looks like the bears are in control, and I don't see a lot of bulls stepping in to change it, and we don't even have money coming out of the regular market. So TradFi is closed. Everyone, I'm jumping out for the day. Early stream today. Go hang out with your family. Go have a barbecue. Go jump in the water. Crypto Billy, get that boat running with the kids. I know you're out there already, probably on your phone watching me. God bless everybody here on this beautiful July 4th. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the days. I'll be back tomorrow for another beautiful, awesome, amazing live stream. Stay blessed. Stay awesome. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.